Hello guys, Alex McVeigh Games here, and today I have my first place locals deck profile, along with some gameplay to go along with it. So, this is a Control Amber Steel deck. It revolves around kind of like controlling the game with cards like Rapunzel, and cards like You Have Forgotten Me, along with Grab Your Swords. It abuses cards like Ariel, along with Surfer Stitch, and Giant Tinkerbell for late game, and it has item removal with Beast. So going for the card by card, I play 4 Captain Hook because he's the best one-drop in the game currently. Challenger 2 is very, very solid for being able to get over larger dudes later in the game. I then play a Baby Simba, 2 of them. Nice little draw power just to add on my one-drop counts because he helps with consistency, but also a one-drop creates good tempo. I play 3 Prince Eric, which him and Be Our Guest have been very good 2-drops, being able to Eric challenge things just as Captain Hook can, and Be Our Guest being able to get good characters for our following turns. Then I play 4 Ariel, 2 Mr. Smee, 3 Tinkerbell as my 3-drops. Ariel, very insane, being able to grab Your Swords, Akuna Matata, other stuff like that. Mr. Smee, very, very, very good. Underrated card. I think that he's insane. Having a 5 defense is really, really good because it pairs well with drawing 3 cards off Rapunzel, and that's mainly your game plan. Play a 1-drop, play a 2-drop. Play Mr. Smee or Ariel, and then the following turn, attack with them, take some damage, heal it with Rapunzel. I play 2 Hades, so I can do the Hades loop, and grab back any cards I discard off the Baby Simba. Then I play 4 Rapunzel, because this is the best card in the deck. It says draw 3. Very good card. I play 4 Hans, because he's a quest 2, along with he can control boards a little bit. Him, combined with a Tinkerbell or Grab Your Swords, does a decent amount of board clearing. I play 4 Beast for the red-purple matchup and any decks that play items. I play 4 Giant Tinkerbell as she is one of the best standalone cards in the game currently. I play 4 Carefree Surfer, the Surfer Stitch, because late game, drawing 2 cards and creating more tempo is quite insane. I play 3 Smash for some mid-game removal. I play 4 You Have Forgotten Me. I think this card's insane. I'm testing it out at 3, but in this list I played 4, and I think it's very, very good, especially against decks that don't have good draw power. Then I play my songs. I play 4 Be Our Guest, 1 Part of Your World, 4 Akuna Matata, and 4 Grab Your Swords. Grab Your Swords, very good. Be Our Guest is a decent 2-drop, along with its inkable song. Akuna Matata is specifically because it's an inkable song, and be Part of Your World's like Hades, but it's a song, so I play it because I can grab it off Ariel. Overall, changes I would do to the list is test out more Mr. Smee, maybe cut a Hans, because the card's not overwhelmingly broken, and maybe cut down on You Have Forgotten Me. But the deck feels really solid, and it has a decent matchup versus a lot of things. Total cost is about $520, give or take, so it's on the more expensive side, because Rapunzel is like $55. But if you look at the graphs over here, there's only 7 non-inkables, so the deck is very consistent, and those non-inkables are cards like Part of Your World, Grab Your Sword, Hades, which Hades is like a pseudo-inkable card. Pseudo in the sense that you can summon some, add an inkable, ink it that turn. But they're songs mainly, so you can grab them off Ariel, so that's fine. But the curve is very mid-range, where you have a lot of 3 and 4 drops. Maybe too many 4-drops, but you do have some decent threats late game, but it's mainly mid-range, and you try to control the game with your You Have Forgotten Me card. So let's hop into some gameplay. Going to show you how well the deck performs. Load up a game right now. And here we go. So I'm going second. Gonna put it to full screen real quick. I have a 1-drop, which is nice to see. I have a 2-drop, which is great. Probably keep an Ariel, get rid of the second aerial, get rid of these smashes. Might keep this around because it's inkable, but it's also a turn 4 play. So I got my first 4 turns planned out, which is nice. And then I draw another one, and then I draw an Eric. I ink an Elsa. I draw a Beast return, so I'll probably keep him around just because I think this is a red-purple deck. And then I'll play a Baby Simba to draw a nice card, draw a smash, probably get rid of You Have Forgotten Me, and then I'll pass turn. They draw for turn. So they got 7 cards. Seeing what they can do. This gameplay is live, so it is not a pre-recorded game, so I don't have the gameplay sped up. So unfortunately, if my opponent takes a little bit long to make a play, then it just kind of is unfortunate. They ink another Elsa, so this, by them not playing a card, it really puts me on there probably a red-purple deck. I can ink a smash because they're probably not going to put any board presence. And then I will play a Eric, and I will quest the Simba passing. It does put me in Rafiki range, so if he does ink and then summons Rafiki, I will lose my Simba to that. But I'm okay with that, because it will put him on You Have to Summon Rafiki, and I'm totally okay. Because I want him to put, oh, purple-green. That's kind of wild. Okay, and there we go, the Rafiki. So, the Rafiki will trade positively into a lot of my dudes, unfortunately. But, looking forward, I can now ink these beasts. Okay, now, my bad. I inked a beast. And then I play Aerial. I miss completely. And then I can probably just pass here. I don't really want to overextend too much. Sorry about that other thing. Still getting used to live gameplay, so there will be hiccups. Ink another Jasper. So 2 Jaspers, 2 Elsas have went into the inkwell. Someone's a Jafar. Interesting. Wondering if they'll quest the Rafiki. But their hand size is getting little, so that's good for us. Where we might be able to You Have Forgotten Me. And they do quest the Rafiki. That is nice to see. So I can ink the beast here. I can play a Baby Tinkerbell. Then I can trade positively. Or not positively, actually a negative trade because the Rafiki went +1. And then I will pass. So they got 5 cards. So they play a dude, and then they ink, they'll be down to 3. So You Have Forgotten Me could be very good the next turn. Oh, especially on a Maleficent ink. That is very good. Someone's a Mad Hatter. That's kind of wild. And then they don't quest. So that gives me free opportunity to ink. And then I probably... No, let's just do this. This seems probably fine. Because there's no other, like, sequencing of my cards that would feel more right here. So might as well just use my ink to the fullest potential. And then the previous turn, I can start dealing with the rest of his guys. And then, yeah, I'll just pass here. No need to do anything. The next turn, he could quest the Mad Hatter, and then my Tinkerbell could do very well. Okay. That's pretty good. Get some card advantage back for him. So he has 2 cards in hand. Then he's going to quest his Mad Hatter. And yep, that's it. Draw Hakuna Matata, that's pretty good. And then I will... Yeah, I'll shift over top of my Baby Tinkerbell. Deal 1 damage to everything. And then I will deal with the Mad Hatter. And then I will then deal with the Maleficent, forcing him, if you want to trade into my Tinkerbell, you trade it your whole board. Which I'm 100% fine with. Because the Jafar has 1 damage on it, and he'll take 3. And then I can play Be Our Guest, and then draw a follow-up play. Probably Hades, because he's a +1. So turning out Be Our Guest into essentially 2 cards, which I'm very happy with. They're a little bit plus on card advantage. Or I think they're equal. No, they're plus. because they have 4 cards in hand. Even after they ink, they'll be a 4-card star 3. So, like, a shift is like a pseudo-neg, but it's fine. Rafiki! Wow. That's unfortunate. He just goes in here, being able to deal with my Tinkerbell. So it's a good thing we grabbed the Hades. So, a great inkable card here. We're going to summon the Hades to then add back the large Tinkerbell. And we're just going to pass turn. They draw for turn, so put them at 4 cards in hand, so they're still up on card advantage. So we're going to have to pry our way back, trying to not lose any more cards if we don't have to. Neither of us are really questing, because Jafar is not a good quester. He is behind on ink, but that's okay, because, okay, he inks here, so that's good for us. We want him to lose cards. And then he plays a Mad Hatter. Pretty solid draw. Another Kun Matata in a row. That's kind of crazy. So we're just going to ink it. And then we're just going to play the Tinkerbell, and then we can freely quest the Hades. Because if he chooses to deal with the Hades, any character he plays will just perish. Because if he summons a Rafiki, Rafiki will perish. If he attacks with Jafar, Jafar will perish. Same thing with Mad Hatter. So it was like kind of a free quest because he will not positively trade. Yeah, he will positively trade because he added a dude back. So they're +2 on us currently. If they decide to ink, they will be +1. But it looks like they're just questing and inking a. Oh, she's crazy. I like her like sneaky ability. Someone's a Cusco. That's kind of rough. Wow. That's a nice little bomb. Just, I guess they're thinking they might have a 2-drop in hand. No, they decide to trade Jafar. That's okay. Because I guess the Tinkerbell can't target the Cusco, so it's fine. Once again, we missed. That's kind of crazy. I'll just Tinkerbell, deal with it. They draw a card, but we're finally like kind of neutral in card advantage. And then, oh, it glitched. So it was gonna let me do it twice, but I don't want to do it because I'd have to now opposing character, so I couldn't even do it. I want the game to be as real as possible and not have things glitch. So he summons a eel, the rush eel, so they're able to deal with my Tinkerbell, which is good for them. Draw Hades. Wow, that's a great top deck. We're able to actually grab back a Hades, and then summons a Hades, and then grab back the Tinkerbell. So that was just beautiful. And then my aerials can trade with the Cusco. So I lose 1 aerial, but I have 4 cards now. 2 going to be 3. So we've gained back card advantage, mainly just because of the top deck of the second Hades. So that was a really lucky top deck. But they still have lore advantage, so they ink a Mickey. So putting them at the same ink as me. Summons a Mickey. And then summons a Jafar. Okay. Rapunzel. Wow. That was really good. I'm going to heal 2 to draw 2 cards. Captain Hook and a Beast. So, oh, I can ink him. Play the Beast because now I can start questing. And then, do I want to quest though? Because Jafar just trades so positively, which is unfortunate. No, yeah, I'm gonna start questing. I need to put him on. You need to do things because he could probably. I probably shouldn't have quested the aerial, but it should be okay. Broom. That's kind of stupid here. That was a great top deck on his part. But it's fair because we did top deck a Hades, so that ended up getting us back in the game, which was good. But I guess the whole point of me questing there was to prevent him from questing, because he is ahead and we have to gain back from that. So we'll have to see what he chooses to do. Kind of trying to bait out that Jafar or the Mickey. Potentially from questing. Once again, he's just thinking here. Quest for 2, so that's fine. And that's it, just quest for 2. We draw a Surfer Stitch, which is interesting. So we can draw 2 cards, and our Beast can trade into him positively. Yeah, so we draw a Surfer Stitch. Ooh, so we can ink the Surfer Stitch, and then play an Aerial. And then I missed 3 times. That's insane. Beast can positively trade. And then we can just quest everything. Try to just get a little bit ahead. Yeah. So they're forced to attack us because we're at 10. And they're on only +2. So they have to deal with something. Which they can. They can Jafar into Rapunzel. Which just beats that. And he has barely any damage on him. My Beast could then trade into it. Or my Surfer Stitch can trade into it. So... But it probably looks like we're going to come out on top here, just because of the sheer card advantage I've been able to acquire. And he's able to quest for 1. Or no, so he beats the Beast, which is solid. So he essentially trades 1 quest for 2. I draw Tinkerbell. I'm just going to play the Tinkerbell. And then he quests for 2. I can just quest for 8 here. Or not 8, 6. And then I don't think there's like a way for him to really beat me. I'll just pass turn. Yeah. Because he only has 2 guys. Unless he top decks like Grab Your Sword, which will deal with like... Well, he can't even play Grab Your Sword. So like, there's no card in his deck that can beat me just questing out. Yeah, so he's drew 3 brooms in a row. That was just unfortunate on his part. Puts back a Rafiki and then he just admits defeat. So going into another game. While it loads, scroll down here. But as you can see from that game, it was kind of a control-y deck. So you can see how well it does versus mid-range. Red-purple has a okay matchup against because of Beast. But besides that, it has a good matchup against really everything. So opening hand, you have Part of the World, Tinkerbell, Hans, Hakuna Matata, Grab Your Sword, Hans, and You Have Forgotten Me. So right here, I'll probably just mulligan everything, but You Have Forgotten Me, because I want my low drops. Okay, so we have a 2-drop. Not a dude, but a 2-drop. We have a 3-drop and some inkable cards. So the Queen. So this really looks like red-purple. So, okay, a 2-drop in that is pretty good. We're going to ink the Hans. And then pass turn because I didn't open one of my 6/1 drops. But Eric should be able to trade with Archimedes positively if he decides to start questing things. Grab Your Sword is interesting in this matchup. Inks a Maleficent. And then plays a Cauldron. Uses the Cauldron, so gaining some good tempo here for himself. The cool thing with You Have Forgotten Me is if he doesn't have draw cards like Magic Mirrors up, I could potentially snipe Be Prepared from his hand when he's on like really low cards because he's going to want to ink every turn. So him playing a card and inking a card for the past 2 turns have been very good for us. So we draw a big Tink for turn. That's interesting. So we're probably going to ink this big Stitch. He's not very efficient right now. I'll play an Eric. I'll just pass. Posing the threat that he really can't quest the Archimedes or my Prince Eric will gain a nice +1. So kind of putting his Archimedes in check. So he inks a Broom. And then plays a Shield of Virtue. Okay. Quest the Archimedes. So he's okay with losing it then. Or it was a misplay thinking that he could use Shield. But either way, the Archimedes will be dealt with. So his hand is down to 3. So these You Have Forgotten Me could really, really come in handy. And then he's probably going to pass because he doesn't have... Oh! Broom. Interesting. So he doesn't... I don't think he has any cards in the grave. Yeah. So we draw Be Our Guest. We can just ink that right away. And then we can play a Tinkerbell. We can trade into the Archimedes. And then we'll pass turn. They draw for turn. So it puts them at 3 cards in hand. They're probably going to ink. And I think with the new update on Pixelborn, you're actually able to use this card when they have like very little cards in their hand. I think 1 you're able to use it on. Okay, that plays around our You Have Forgotten Me a little bit, depending on what they do. Because they're probably going to ink, and then they're probably going to put themselves at... That was a good ink for us, because now he has less of a recovery against You Have Forgotten Me. Does nothing, okay. And then we draw an aerial for turn. We can ink a Be Our Guest here. Then we can play You Have Forgotten Me, putting him down to 1 card in hand. And then we can immediately check what he ended up discarding. Yep, Be Prepared and Elsa's right there. Look at those. Those are great hits right there. And then we can freely quest our Tinkerbell. And then pass. He draws for turn, so he puts himself at 2 cards in hand. He plays a Broom. Now he can reshuffle to Be Prepared. Yep. Trying to draw it later in the game. And then he Ursula's Cauldrons, trying to stack his deck. And then he just passes turn. So here we're going to play the aerial first. Wow, I missed 4 times in a row. That's crazy. I will ink a Tinkerbell. And I will quest the Tinkerbell. And I'll pass. The reason I summoned aerial first is because it could have hit a card like Hakuna Matata, and that would have been a way better ink than what I inked. So they ink a large Aladdin. And then they Cauldron. And then they quest with their brooms. Ooh. Virtue. Makes sense. Then they attack to deal with the broom. And then that Tinkerbell did wonders. Dealt with both brooms. Because now here we can just quest, ink, and pass. I kind of want to hold the You Have Forgotten Me, because I kind of want to do it on like turn 7. Or like right before turn 7. So after this turn, if he inks a card, I kind of want to do it, because I kind of want to snipe the Be Prepared. Well, that was just insane. Keeping a card in his hand. Just do this. He just loses both cards in his hand. Yeah, Be Prepared and Elsa again. Absolutely amazing cards that we're just sniping here, and we can just freely quest. I'm not going to ink this turn, because I want to summon Rapunzel the next turn to draw 2 cards, so we can continue to gain card advantage. So right now, we've put him back a little bit. He's really going to have to just ink. Yeah, his 2 top decks to even do Be Prepared stuff, but he did not. So now we can summon Rapunzel, heal 2 damage, draw a Hakuna Matata and a Mr. Smee. We can then ink a Hakuna Matata. We can play Mr. Smee, and then we can quest for 1 and pass turn. So right now we got a nice 4 quest on the field. Summons a Maleficent. That's really good for him, because he can put a body on the field along with a ink. And then he can use Ursula's Cauldron to potentially get another inkable card, or a Be Prepared, and then the next turn, like, draw an inkable card. So Be Prepared's at least 1 turn away, as of right now. So we'll ink a Hakuna Matata. He will then play a Tinkerbell, and we'll quest everything, and we'll pass. So if this draw was a Be Prepared, he can't play it, and then we'll have to Ursula's Cauldron stack, or just a Queen, so still no Be Prepared, which essentially means I win this game. Like, there's no way I'm losing now, just because of the sheer lore advantage I've been able to acquire. So we just quest everything, and then we summons Surfer Stitch to draw 2 cards, then we just pass. Because, like, here, he could top deck Be Prepared, and then he could use Queen to draw a card that's inkable, or vice versa, and then be prepared the board, which I'm okay with because I can summon Beast, deal with the Cauldron, and then the tempo's just gone. Oh, yeah, it's just game. Like, there's no physical way that he can win. So, see, this deck does have a decent matchup against red-purple if it's able to, like, hand control it. So, well, those are the games. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay and the insight on the deck I am playing at locals currently. Hope you guys have a hope you guys have a safe day, and I'll see you in the next video.